Hi guys. Yes, this is more like it. My name is Estee. Here, not there. So today we're going to talk about lilac. So this are really beautiful flowers. You can find them in America, in Northern Europe. I think it's a very common flowers, and this is edible flowers. So today I'm going to show you 3 ways how to use them. If you check out my playlist, you probably found out that I have already done 2 videos on lilac. One is syrup, and the other one is lilac sugar. So today I'm going to show you how to make the syrup. Oh, there's bees here, so we have to really be careful. And I'm going to show you how to dehydrate these wonderful, beautiful flowers. It smells really, it's so delicious, the smell. And you know, it reminds me of lavenders. So this is the tree. If you haven't seen one, they are on full bloom now, and this is actually the best time to pick. I like to pick them in the afternoon, when you know the sun is shining on them and they are on the fullest bloom. And usually I like to wait until the flowers is pop up like this. This is not pop up yet, so usually I don't pick this. I only pick the one that is open. So best time is actually noon, because this is where you can smell the fragrance of the flowers at the fullest potential. And as you can see, this tree can grow quite tall. I think it's about 2.5 meters tall, and it's located in our Airbnb garden. This is our B&B on top. And of course, guests are feel free to come down and pick them. And usually I will tell them what they can do with these flowers. So let's go into the kitchen, and I'm going to show you how to do this. Right, so guys, this is our B&B. Upstairs, there's the balcony. This weekend, I'm going to redecorate my B&B. So this is on the first level of our B&B. So we have 3 levels altogether. Let me just show you our kitchen. So I'm harvesting lilac the past 1 hour, and I have removed some of the petals. So as you can see, they are a mixture of bulbs and flowers. So in this case, I usually like to keep them in a vase and let every bulbs bloom, and then I'll try to harvest them. I picked them with a big IKEA bag. So it's really good because you can hang them on your shoulder. You use a scissors and snip it, and you just put them in the bag. But make sure you quickly go inside the kitchen and let some fresh air go in. Otherwise, the vapor will start to develop. So we're going to make 3 ways. As you can see, I have spent some time to remove the petals. This is the one that I'm going to make the infused oil. So I have actually poured them into a sterilized bottle, and this is going to be used for making the essential oil. So I have 2 jars here, and I have one more here that I'm going to make some lilac syrup. I make one before, but this time I'm going to use a different technique to make them. I love lilac because it just reminds me the day when I arrived in Sweden. You know, the smell. The one thing about Sweden is that you will notice when you arrive here, the smell of flowers, especially during May, June. You can smell these flowers, and it just set in your mind. It will never go away. So I love this smell, and I'm going to be using this lilac essential oil to fragrance our B&B, so that our guests have this fragrance of our own garden. When picking lilac, you really have to be careful because you want to make sure that there are no parasite on the tree that they've been used, because if you buy essential oil that are mass production, some of them they do use parasite to get rid of the pests. So that is not so good if you're going to buy them in. The best way is to make it yourself. So today I'm going to show you how to do that. And also it's very important, it has to be really fresh. You don't want to wait until it start to turn brown. Usually, people will not have time during the springtime, which I understand because there's always a lot of things to do during the springtime. So, but if you could spare just 1-2 hours, and our B&B guests, usually I will tell them, if we have free time, use their rest time to just do this picking the flowers. Is actually quite therapeutic to just sit there and just enjoy the fragrance and just relax. So this is syrup, this is the essential oil, and this is my dried lilac. And I'm going to dry them, and in fact I'm drying them in a dehydrator. So I'm so sorry by having a bad cough today. Anyway, so this is going to be dry for at least 3 to 4 hours in the hydrator. So if you want to bring home a hydrator, I'm going to include the link below in this video description later on. And also, of course, if you want to buy anything lilac flowers, dried, and also lilac syrup or lilac essential oil, I will try to include all the links in this video. All right, so let's jump on in making the lilac essential oil. So the essential oil, I've seen a lot of people, they make videos about this, and not everyone is successful. So I come to think about that, and I did a research, and they said that lilac flowers, the best way to make essential oil is to use the cold method. What do you mean by cold method, right? The warm method is by using sunflower oil, and then you just want to boil them in really, really low temperature on a pan or in a crock pot machine. I've seen people using the crock pot to, because you do not know the temperature. You really have to be really careful when you do essential oil, because the higher temperature it is with the oil, you will destroy the fragrance and the nutrition of the flowers. Is this edible? Yes, it is edible. You can make them into brownies, cupcakes. I used to make syrup, so I like the fragrance of it. And I think I will try to make a cake sometime if I have the time. That's why I'm drying the lilacs, so that I could keep them in a jar. And when I need to use it, I will make them into tea and also some other usage. All right, let's jump on how to make the cold method. You probably wonder how, right? So the problem is with the heat. Try not to use the heat, because heat can be a little bit tricky, and you want to make sure that you are always there to check on the temperature, which I don't have the time to do that because I'm always busy picking up foraging flowers, dandelion, nettles during this time. So what I suggest is, if you don't have time and you want to be sure that you get this essential oil, the problem with this method is that it will take at least 5 to 6 weeks for you to get this essential oil ready. So I'm going to do the cold method. This is by pouring sunflower oil. This is not sunflower oil. I asked LG to buy for me a sunflower oil. So I'm using the sunflower oil. if you don't have sunflower oil, you can use grape seed oil, which I never heard about, but I know that people are using that. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to just immerse this flowers with oil until I reach the surface of it. And if you like, you can use this, the one that I used earlier on for making the cocktail, remember? Some of you guys went to order this. I saw that somebody, after they've seen my video, they went to order this. So I'm going to include this in the link also. So you can actually crush the flowers so that, you know, you get this, the fragrance out from the oil. So this is, can you guys see? I'm going to try and crush this. You see, when you press them, it sinks right to the bottom. So you want to add more oil until it comes to the top part. Okay, a small bottles of essential oil, just about 5-10 ml. It costs like $10 to buy it. So which you can actually make them yourself. You know, a bottle of sunflower oil is not that expensive. So this is one method you can make essential oil. The only thing is that the timing. You need to have patience and you need to wait for the essential oil to develop its flavors and seasoning the oil. So I'm going to add more of this lilac into my bottles. Maybe I just need to make one bottles because I think it's enough with just one bottles. So this, I will be using this as my aromatherapy in my B&B upstairs, because instead of buying this half essential oil, I'm actually making it from my own garden. It's not only ecologic, and it's saved me a lot of money because I think people like to feel the real stuff. All right, now I'm just going to fill up the bottle again until I reach the top. Okay, I still have a lot of flowers up outside, so I probably will be picking some and bring it home to the cottage later on. And I'm going to try and make more of this essential oil, so that, you know, when my B&B guests come, they will get a small little, not taste, but fragrant taste of how this flowers really smell like. Okay, so let me just crush this one more time. And you want to let this sit in not a really direct sunlight. You can put them near the window or near a refrigerator when it's slightly warm. You know, just to not fermented it, but just to let the nature, the sunlight take care of it, but not direct sunlight. Okay, so I think I'm satisfied with this. So I just need to fill up this oil, this more of these flowers, and I think I'm quite satisfied with this. Okay, just one last crush. So if you have time, you want to do this like once a week, just to make sure that the flowers, the fragrance of the flowers is reaching its potential. You know, you get the most out of the flowers. So, and also to be safe. think I'll fill this up so that it comes to the surface. Okay, so it's a lot of flowers here. And then I'm going to just airtight this container. And the best way to do it is actually to put the aluminum foil, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use a plastic bag. But I noticed that the covers that I have has a rubber shield that will tighten the container. So I'm just going to be using just this. It's really tight. So I'm going to put them on this window. And I'm going to let this sit for 5 weeks, right? So that should do a job. And then now let's do the lilacs serum. So with the remaining lilacs flowers, I'm going to do a syrup. Let me just try and pour everything in. And then I'm going to pour the remaining lilacs flowers in here. Okay, so let me just turn the heat on. So you can use two ways. For me, I prefer to use a little bit of syrup and sugar. And also to preserve it, I bought this lemon syrup. You can buy this at the departmental store where it helps to preserve the syrup a little longer, because usually syrup it just lasts for 3 to 4 weeks in the refrigerator. So if you want to keep this and you want to give this as a gift, so I suggest you can buy this. It's called the lemon acid. This is one way you could preserve this syrup. If you are going to make like a lemonade, you can also use this one. So I'm going to be adding some water. Wow, hear that? And then a little bit more water. Just to make sure that I have enough. And then I'm going to be using some sugar. So this is a very good syrup for the summer. You can make them into cocktails. I like to make them into cocktail, and I'm going to be sharing some of the recipe later on with you when the syrup is ready for what do you call that, to be used. So usually the flowers has no color when you cook them. So I think in my previous video I have added some blueberries, which I'm definitely going to do it because it will look much beautiful with a little bit of purple color. So let me go and get my blueberry. Blueberry is upstairs. I left it for my B&B guests to enjoy it, and then I've forgotten to bring it down. Usually I like to bring up some like berries, the stuff that I forage, and then I leave it upstairs so the guests feel free to use it. So I think this is too much water. I'm going to add more sugar. So I'm going to be adding the lemon acid later on. But while this is cooking, let me just quickly go upstairs. Just take 2 minutes to run upstairs. You probably hear like an elephant running upstairs, boom, boom, boom. That's me probably. Let me just lower the temperature and then I'll come back in just a while, all right? I'm gonna put more sugar so you guys can help me to watch, okay, my lilac syrup. Okay, let's hear if you can hear the boom, boom, boom. The elephant running upstairs. Look at that. I'm just going to add more sugar. A little bit more. And then I'm going to add more of this real syrup. So if you don't want to use the real syrup, you can just add water. Just add sugar. But for me, I prefer to use some real syrup. So I'm going to be adding some syrup in here. You can use light syrup or white syrup. I prefer to use a light syrup in this case. So while this is boiling, let me just go upstairs. Anyway, I don't have the blueberry, so I'm going to be using red currant. Just a few red currant. Not a few, but a bunch of red currant. So you get this really nice. See, in the day, I don't really see so well. I thought that was a blueberry, but it was not. Ah, it smells so good. Can you guys see how this thing look like? I think I need to get the blueberry. I don't think so this will produce any color at all. Let me go and get the blueberry. The real stuff. I'm back. Now I got my real blueberry frozen one. So this is how it looks like frozen. I'm going to put more because I like the color of this vibrant blue color. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands. And then let's mix this. Oh. Look at the color, it's starting to develop, right? Like this really nice, rich purple color. So it will release the color if you crush them like that to the side with a wooden spoon. This is so therapeutic, I can tell you. You can smell the fragrance of these flowers. It's like, you know, if you're in a bad mood, it's impossible for you to be in a bad mood. Let's put it this way. Okay, now I'm going to add the syrup, the acid. It's so good. So it say here half a teaspoon to 1 kilo of product. So I don't think so. I have 1 kilo of the product. But I'm going to use this. Maybe 1.5 kilo. All right. So this will help to make the syrup last longer. And if you have lemon, it works well with the lemon too. So you want to boil this just about not more than 15 minutes and that's done. Let me just give a taste. Let's see if I like that. Oh, I think I prefer the little bit more sour from the lemon's acid. Okay, now I like the taste of the lemon. So what you want to do next is you want to let this come to a boil. Let me just bring this to a boil. I want to get the color of the red currant and the blueberry. Okay, I think this is done. I just want to make this to come to a boil, and then I'm just going to turn off the heat. Yeah, you see, it started to bubble now. So let me just off the heat now. See how beautiful is that? So I'm going to bottle this, and I'm going to put a few sample 1 bottles up in my B&B, and I'm going to encourage my guests to try, see if they like it. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you do, please give a thumbs up. Would love to hear from you what you guys think about this kind of video. What would you like to see more? I'm going to try and make a cocktail with this weekend, and see if LG like it or not. All right, I definitely like it. So thanks for watching. See you guys. Bye bye.